Real Enigmas and Theories is back again with another video. Hey yo, I must admit that this short teaser has not only brought the fire back into the From community, but it's also got the wheels turning and opened up the discussion once again for one of the best mystery box shows to come in years. Although the show does get its fair share of criticism, those who enjoy a good mystery have gathered around to spot and decipher clues as if the season 2 finale was just last week. So without further ado, let's see where these new clues take us and point out a few connections to the things that we already know. Okay, so the cowboy slow walker was first spotted in season 2, episode 2. Strangely enough, he came up to Boyd's residence, the post office. The first people who he visited were Ellis and Fatima, who were staying at the post office that night, I'm guessing because of what happened with the bus pulling in. This was where Fatima began to lose a part of herself. At least that's the way Ellis described it to Boyd. The cowboy told her that she was spoiling all of the fun and that she'd feel better if she come outside. The second time he was seen was in season 2, episode 6, when Boyd killed Smiles Davis. And the third time was in season 2, episode 9, outside of the RV with Boyd, Donna, Jim, and Randall. The cowboy wasn't even in the first season at all. I've heard some theories about him being the voice on the radio, but it doesn't sound like him to me. But that doesn't mean that it's not him. But I do think that the voice on the radio and the voice on the phone that was talking to Kenny do sound the same. Check out this comparison.
Hello? Hello? Is there someone there? Whoa, slow down. Is this Jim? Jim Matthews, your wife shouldn't be digging that hole, Jim.
Well, hello? Who is this?
Now let's compare that to the cowboy voice.
You said this place couldn't break you. That's what you said. Let's see.
Whoa, slow down. Is this Jim?
You said this place couldn't break you.
Yeah, it doesn't sound the same to me. The cowboy slow walker showing up in that teaser, coupled with the context and conversation of that scene, makes me think about two things. The Brian Kelly reference in the story that Boyd told Donna about his tour in Iraq and Brian Kelly.
Ella said she was traveling with her boyfriend, Brian. Those things got him. Said they made her watch what they did to him. Jesus Christ.
And it makes me think about the first person we seen the cowboy walker interacting with, Fatima.
I didn't come to the U.S. until I was 11. I grew up in a small village in Iran with my parents and 2 older brothers.
Now, the context of Boyd being made to watch somebody being tortured or killed is something that we've already seen with Brian and Kelly. And her specifically, especially with her being able to tell them Brian and Kelly's names and tell them about what they did to Brian by torturing him. I think she was left alive just for that purpose. The names Brian Kelly have a direct connection to Boyd's first tour in Iraq. And Boyd's tour in Iraq could be a possible connection to the events that related to the Iran conflict that brought Fatima to the United States in the first place. And then you add that to the fact that Fatima is the first person that the cowboy interacted with. And he did that at Boyd's residence, which is the post office. But we'll get back to that. So now the cowboy is going to make Boyd bear witness to someone being tortured just like he did Kelly. Even though the screams do sound to me like Sarah, an argument for Fatima can definitely be made. I guess we'll have to wait for some more information. As far as Boyd and his post office, we all know that Mr. Fish and Loaves came to this town and began to organize this place better than anyone who was already there. He started gathering resources, rotating hiding spots, exploring to find things in the woods, He found livestock, he found the talisman, he set rules and punishment, and essentially became the sheriff of Fromily, who works out of the post office. The way that Boyd improved the quality of living for the residents of Fromily reminds me of Benjamin Franklin and how he improved the postal system. He regulated routes and schedules, he reduced the prices and increased the accessibility, which also helped facilitate communications between the colonies. He invested in infrastructure improvements like postal roads and bridges for faster mail delivery. He also used his expertise as a diplomat and statesman to further international postal relations. He basically facilitated mail delivery between America and Europe. Also, Ben Franklin was a very prominent figure in Philadelphia during the casting of the Liberty Bell. He was involved with the Pennsylvania Assembly, which commissioned the bell to commemorate the 50th anniversary of William Penn's Charter of Privileges. Boyd is also who rings the bell to signal the sunset, and he takes responsibility for making sure that the streets are clear before sundown. Boyd is also seen holding the torch, which is a symbol of liberty in America, the father of Ellis, as in Ellis Island in the Statue of Liberty. Now, when we look back at Tabitha's dream of the tower in season 1, episode 9, there's a part of her dream where she's dressed different and she stands right outside of the post office. In that same dream is where we find the infamous list of dates or years. If you look, you can see all of the dates clearly except for the one on the far right, which I think it's 1775. And that's the actual year that the Second Continental Congress appointed Ben Franklin as the very first Postmaster General. So the situation improvement contrast between Boyd and Ben, the Liberty Torch and Liberty Bell, Boyd residing in the post office, the mystery date in Tabitha's dream being the year of the first postmaster, and her in that same dream standing right out front of the post office is just another clue that points to this town has something to do with the past events of American history. As I've stated from day one on this channel, I think that our residents have been brought into the middle of a battle between multiple benevolent forces and have been selected by bloodline and association. So if you haven't already, go check out some of my older theories about From and drop your thoughts and theories in the comments. So anyway, just a little something to think about while we wait on the next episode. That's all for my video today. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.